Henry Cavendish was born in 1731 in England. He was a quiet and private person. He did not like to be in the spotlight, and he preferred working alone. He became one of the most important scientists of his time, but many people did not know much about him. His work in science changed the world in important ways. Henry Cavendish was very interested in science from a young age. He went to school in England and then studied at Cambridge University. At Cambridge, he learned about mathematics, chemistry, and physics. However, he was not very social and did not spend much time with other students. He preferred to read books and do experiments by himself. This was the way he worked throughout his life. In the early part of his career, Cavendish focused on chemistry. He made many important discoveries about gases. One of his most famous discoveries was about hydrogen. At the time, many people did not know what hydrogen was. Cavendish carefully studied the gas and found that it was different from other gases. He showed that hydrogen could combine with oxygen to form water. This discovery was important because it helped scientists understand more about the basic elements of nature. Cavendish also worked on understanding the properties of electricity. He made important contributions to the study of electric charge and electric currents. He built one of the first machines that could measure the amount of electric charge in an object. This was an important step in the study of electricity. Later, other scientists built on Cavendish's work to develop new technologies, such as electric lights and batteries. However, Cavendish is perhaps most famous for his work on gravity. Gravity is the force that pulls objects toward each other. Cavendish wanted to measure the force of gravity between two objects. At the time, scientists knew that gravity existed, but they did not understand how to measure it accurately. In 1798, Cavendish performed an experiment that would become one of his most famous achievements. He set up a special device called the torsion balance. This device used a long horizontal bar with two small lead balls attached to each end. Cavendish placed two large lead balls nearby, and he measured the small movement of the bar when the large balls were moved closer to the smaller balls. The force of gravity between the large and small balls caused the bar to twist, and Cavendish was able to measure this twist very carefully. By doing this, he was able to calculate the force of gravity between the two objects. Cavendish's experiment was important because it allowed him to measure the mass of the Earth. Before this experiment, no one knew how heavy the Earth was. By calculating the force of gravity between the lead balls, Cavendish could estimate the mass of the Earth. His calculation was very close to the true value, and it was one of the most accurate measurements of its time. This experiment also helped scientists understand more about the nature of gravity, and it became a foundation for later research in physics. Although Cavendish made many important discoveries, he did not want fame or recognition for his work. He was very private and did not like to share his findings with the public. Many of his discoveries were published after his death, and they were not widely known during his lifetime. He never married, and he lived a simple life. He preferred to focus on his experiments rather than socializing or attending public events. Cavendish's quiet and private nature made him different from many other famous scientists. While other scientists of his time were often well known in society, Cavendish stayed in the background. He did not seek attention, and he worked mostly alone. This made his achievements even more remarkable, because he made many important discoveries without the help of a large team or the support of famous colleagues. In addition to his work on gases, electricity, and gravity, Cavendish also studied other areas of science. He did important research on the composition of air, and he showed that air is made up of different gases, including oxygen and nitrogen. He also worked on the properties of water and studied how it changes when it freezes or boils. Cavendish was also known for his careful and precise experiments. He was very good at measuring things accurately, and he used very detailed methods to ensure that his results were correct. His experiments were often more detailed and accurate than those of other scientists at the time. In his lifetime, Cavendish was not widely recognized for his contributions to science. He was not interested in becoming famous, and he did not seek to make a name for himself. However, his work had a lasting impact on the world of science. Today, scientists still study Cavendish's experiments, and his discoveries continue to influence many areas of research. Henry Cavendish died in 1810 at the age of 78. His work was recognized more after his death, and today he is considered one of the most important scientists in history. His discoveries helped to shape the fields of chemistry, physics, and astronomy. Though he did not seek fame, his quiet and careful work changed the way people understood the natural world. In conclusion, Henry Cavendish was a brilliant scientist whose work had a great impact on the world. He made important discoveries in many areas of science, including chemistry, electricity, and gravity. His careful and precise experiments led to breakthroughs that helped future scientists understand the world better. Despite his quiet and private nature, Cavendish's legacy lives on today through his scientific contributions.